Yeah, put some music on.
God, let's throw some music on. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on? Are we live now? We are
We are
live.
live.
Ready to barbecue.
Uh,
Hold on, I'm gonna flip my camera around so that I can show off. All right, so I had the coals like in that perfect little igloo formation here. We were talking for a second ago, but then they caved in on themselves, so I had to just pile them up. Now, there's a thing about that I gotta mention here. The problem with the igloo is that it does a really good job focusing the heat into that central point of the pit, but it doesn't disperse the heat very much. You know what I mean? So if you got like a thick chunk of meat or something, you want to be extra crispy, you put it right in the middle of that. But if you have a lot of stuff on the grill, you've got to kind of spread out your coals a little.
I spread mine out. After I just use this to get the coals even and burning, and then I spread them out over the pit.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got mine set up so that
pyramid just so that I get so that they're burned evenly all the way around, and then I lay them out in a bed.
Yeah. Well, there's always a rule, like I said in my last shit show stream. Rule number 1 is I have a beer ready to go. We're in Texas, goddammit.
I'll drink to that. I'm going martini. Cheers. And cheers to Grant McIntosh hanging out barbecue time.
Hey, what's going on, Grant? I don't see. Let me look at this. Barbecue time, Grant McIntosh. What's up, man? And you know what? Hold on a second. All right, I use ice from the fridge. You tell me if that looks like normal. What is that? Do you see that like sludge in between?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's gross, though.
It's kind of like bubbly.
Kind of, yeah.
Tastes good though.
Okay.
What's this ice?
Does like the sludge itself?
Yeah, well, it kind of adds. It adds. You know how you like put certain things in food, like chips and eggs or something, give it some texture. Well, what good is a Highland Park without a little bit of slime?
I go no ice on mine. I don't like ice.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I should have done that.
I don't put ice in anything. It's weird. Grant says he's eating supper. Appreciate you stopping by and saying hi while you're doing that, Grant. Though, like, you don't got to do that, man. We're a little bit behind you here. We're playing catch up.
I feel like I used to be able to see chat when I was on here. Now I can't see chat. What's going on here?
I don't know.
All right, I'm also seeing some issues going on over here. All right, I think you know what? Time to put this bad boy. Totally professional. Best ever. Yeah. Everybody agrees.
I'm going to carefully lay mine out, one briquette at a time.
I love the music, by the way. Like we should be. Yeah. I feel like I should be exercising.
I feel like we're about to revolutionize the world with some kind of like intrinsic dance.
I don't have any trash cans available.
For your amazing world dance? Your K-pop dance?
Well, you gotta to make it like a modern dance. You have to have some kind of
something that's not a drum.
Something that's not a drum. Something that, you can smash, you can bang up like a trash can. Blame on your neighbors.
You got it. God,
what are you cooking, anyways?
I'm doing chicken tonight. How about you?
Well, I've got chicken. I've got some pork chops and some skirt steak. I'm cooking for a couple days here.
Doubling down.
Yeah, I've got some like chicken legs. I got some pork chops and I got some skirt steak. I'm ready to cook for the week, because it's gonna be a busy week. When you barbecue, it's good to barbecue extra.
I do the same. I cook a lot. Like I will have enough for everybody to have lunch tomorrow. This will get packed with them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll have enough for me to eat breakfast. Let's look at that again here.
Right,
ooh, boy. Yikes. I'm still letting mine... Well, I'll let my coals turn into coals. They're still smoky, which actually is probably a good time to start throwing some stuff on there, like chicken.
I was a little early, so I'm putting the grill on now to... Like, part of the cleaning process for me is letting the flame, kill everything that's been on the grill the last week. I've grilled once a week.
The chicken takes a lot longer to cook, so I'm going to do those first.
It's true.
There we go. I'm going to do that first. Let's stick them. And I'll stick. Oh, God damn it.
And
hold on.
Demonetized.
Hold on. I got to rescue 911 this guy. Don't worry, everyone. It's completely safe. Gotta shake off. Gotta shake off a little bit of that charcoal, but then it's good to go. Stick it on the fire. Hold on a minute. It's still a little gritty. Gotta get some. The smoke. Okay, good to go. Good as new. Awesome. I'll just put that one over there. Let's get back to it.
You're throwing chicken on right now? I will be throwing chicken on in like 30 seconds.
Well, I'm going to throw the chicken on first. And hopefully I don't drop anymore. Still got some good fire going on over here. Figured I'd take advantage. But putting chicken on the edge, whew, that's tricky. Ugh.
Oh, I've got potatoes. I should probably throw those on first, and then the chicken.
Damn, dude, I need a bigger grill. All right.
Yeah, you do.
Can't have too big of a grill.
Dude, if you had one like this with the smoke box and everything, you would never go back.
Well, of course, if I could afford a smoke box.
Dude, I went 10 years. I paid $20 in 10 years for 3 pits that I found that people were getting rid of. Like, yeah, I burned through them in a year, but, 2 years or whatever. But that's all I spent on barbecue pits from, like, the time I was in Austin until the time I got, like, 2 pits ago. I tear them up. I go through a lot of pits. You can find them.
I've had this guy I've had this thing for several years now. Oh boy. And it's it's lasted a lot. Like when we moved, it fell off the back of a truck onto the highway.
Yeah. And
it's still kicking.
I've had this one a year, but I blew out the other ones. Every single one of them. I burned them through.
I'm getting all right, what do we got here? Grant says cheers. Trying to look at comments. It's kind of weird on the phone. Oh boy. I'm gonna flip my chicken right now before it gets too crazy.
Oh yeah, I try to let the heat go down. Yeah,
I'll take them away.
Part of the whole thing with the grill is I want to cook at a colder temperature than what I get in like the oven.
But you know what? The chicken, what I've noticed, you really can't, even if the outside just gets completely burnt, the inside still tastes like great. And like it's mostly just the skin on these chicken legs that gets burnt.
All right. I need to get some potatoes and throw them on. So why don't you come with me? We'll go for a little walk and refill while I'm at it.
I had Amber. She did the potatoes in the oven. Although I should be out here all night long.
And I hope not. We're going to see. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Awesome. That's beautiful. It's perfect right there. Then because my, sometimes I would have closed the lid, but my little temperature gauge doesn't work anymore. And because I got these coals, they're still going. They haven't quite completely taken off, as coals. They're still fiery. I think I'm going to leave the lid open.
Yeah, I kind of have a tendency of doing the same thing.
Well, I was watching a minute ago. I want to give a shout out to Hyper Wizard Art. Or Hyper Wizard Art. Hyper Wizard. Hyper Wizard, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Happy Wizard. Hope you have a very happy wizard. Happy birthday.
Yeah, he was doing a live stream. I was checking that out. It's pretty good. Pretty good entertainment there. He's playing Sonic. I don't know why he wasn't playing Metroid, but
the new Sonic?
No, I think Sonic. I think it was Sonic 1, maybe Sonic 2. It was one of the old ones. I think it was original Sonic. He was giving lots of tips and tricks. I didn't play Sonic that much because we were Nintendo boys growing up. We didn't have the Sega. But apparently there's a lot of little secret, kind of like Mario. If you know the trick to Mario 1, the timing and everything, there's clear tips and tricks you can learn on Mario. He was showing off some of the little tips and tricks of Sonic that I didn't know about. I only played Sonic later though, or at friends' houses. And the one thing I will say about Sega had a better game gear. The Game Gear was way better than the Game Boy. The Game Boy was cool. It was first, but Game Gear, with the light up, it had a light up screen, and it was like playing a Super Nintendo in your hand. That was something special. Even the Game Boy didn't even start doing light up screens until way later. 64 was out before they put Game Boy Advanced out, and even then they had color screens, but you had to get those special attachments to make it a light up screen. But then shortly after they put out Game Boy Advance, or maybe Game Boy Advance had it, and Game Boy Color's the one that had the attachment. I don't remember. I was done with all that.
I thought Nintendo beat Sega to the whole backlight thing on that. That was the thing, I remember.
No way! Game Gear had a backlight. I'm pretty sure. I could sworn Game Gear had a backlight on it.
I might be remembering it wrong. I mean, it's entirely
Game
possible.
Gear.
I know one of them had a backlight before the other. But you know what? The Game Gear also, the battery life on that thing sucked. You could play for half an hour.
Yeah, and it wasn't rechargeable, and nothing was rechargeable back then. So you had to have 6 AA's. And I do remember the Game Gear dying very frequently. Who had that? Who had one that was the one that we got to play? And I do remember them being "Oh, don't drain the battery." Was it Jesse? Yeah, they had one. Oh no! God damn it! That same leg fell down into the ashes again. I'll just leave that one over there. I'm going to put them all. They're all getting kind of burnt. I'm going to put them off over. Dude, you bastard. Come on. All right.
We need to do a thing every time you get more demonetized, everybody has to take a shot.
Nah, I'm not even monetized. How can I be demonetized? That's what I'm saying. No. That's the wrong mentality.
You are monetized. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Value. You're just not getting the money for it yet.
I'm such a loser. I'm so pathetic. I'm not even monetized yet. All right, future video for future me. If I'm ever going to watch this video again, I'm sorry, Peter. Just want to say I love you, but I'm sorry that I demonetized you so early on in the game. And don't eat that one. I'm sure it's going to come back to haunt you. Don't eat it.
You're telling future Peter?
Yeah.
Don't eat that one.
I'm just apologizing now for that. I'm sure I'm going to eat it. I eat everything.
Like, oh, old Peter, younger Peter, you were so stupid and naive. You didn't know what to do.
You know, before the surgeries, this is me before all the stomach surgeries. Just want you to know, future Peter, life is great right now. It's good. Good right now.
Future Stanley, you're such an idiot. Fuck you, future Stanley.
I feel bad for you, future Peter, but just know I'm doing great right now.
Hey, remember when life was this awesome?
Yeah, remember it was great? Before the divorce. I'm sorry, just kidding. I'm sticking to John's approach. I'm sticking to his advice. He said, "Don't stay on camera, Peter."
He said what?
He told me to take. He said, "Don't stay on camera, like have the camera facing away from me." I'm taking his advice to heart, John. I'm just telling you, I'm taking your advice to heart. I barely put myself on the screen.
Holy shit! My pit's at 500 degrees. Those potatoes are probably already done.
I think my pit's at 75, so 80 degrees. Yep, 80 degrees.
You like a slow burn.
Yeah, I like to take a couple days to cook my chicken legs.
Damn, that's hot.
How am I gonna know? Just curious, because I sent the link out, and I doubt anyone was gonna show up, and that's fine. But I'm just curious. How am I supposed to see that? By the way,
if somebody pops in.
Yeah, I don't know if I have access to that.
That's gonna be me. I'm gonna have to be keeping an eye on it. If somebody lets you know, though, like remind me. I'll keep checking it. But if I forget or something and they contact you, let me know. I'll double check it.
Oh, I don't know if they'll contact me. They'll just be like, "Oh my God, this guy's so unprofessional."
Well, if anything, they ought to hop in the chat and cuss you out. That's what I would do.
Well, he's doing a birthday stream right now. That's the kind of asshole that I am. Hey, sorry, you're having a birthday stream. I'm about to do my own stream.
It's not my birthday, but I'm gonna do one anyway.
Yeah, I'm just telling everyone I lost a bet and we had to do it on my stream. My barbecue streams are always a shit show, which is fine.
You ought to
That's
call
totally fine with me.
You ought to just straight up call it like entitle your streams the BBQ shit show.
Well, I did on Twitter. I said guaranteed to be a shit show, so we can't disappoint. If there's anything less than an absolute shit show, I'm gonna feel a little disappointed. Like I'm too professional, and I don't want to let my would-be viewers down.
We're getting you there pretty quick. We got your video demonetized after about a minute and a half. And you've already dropped a bunch of chicken before burning it. So
that's twice. Right. Yes. Follow my instructions for barbecue, by the way. That's the best piece. I did put it off to the side. Like, I know exactly what piece that is right now. When I'm done, I probably will forget. But that's all right. I don't mind. I'll eat it. If one of my kids doesn't eat it.
I do that sometimes. I'm like, oh, I can't feed that one to the family, but then I don't remember what piece that is.
Well, my food's like Russian roulette. It's either going to be really good or it's going to kill you.
You never know what you're going to find. Mine is, because we do all that fishing, mine is finding scales.
Oh yeah, but if you cook it long enough, a good scale. I've actually had scales on, I guess, freshwater fish. The scales on like bass or something are so tiny that if you like fry them real good, you can eat the skin of the fish and it's delicious. It's like It absorbs all the flavor. Now, you can't do that with a lot of saltwater fish because the scales are so big. You can't really eat them. Believe me, I've tried. But like snapper, for example, I've never successfully eaten snapper scales.
yeah. Redfish is another one like that where they're like, the size of a quarter.
Yeah. But bass, yeah, totally could cook that up. You could eat those scales. In fact, it's actually pretty tasty.
With scaling some stuff. I'm gonna scale some more fish this year. I'm gonna learn how to grill fish because I haven't done that really great yet. So that's my next thing I want to perfect. And then we're gonna have more barbecue streams doing that.
We got to do more barbecue streams. People need to be exposed to Texas barbecue, and the best way to do that is during a stream where it's uncensored. Everything is as you see it. This is how to do it. This is not one of those like professional cooking streams because that's boring.
Not
Go
at all.
watch TLC or whatever the cooking channel, the Food Network, if you want something professionally done.
Jeremy Eisenfire 33 says,
"Oh, Jeremy, what's up, dude? Yeah, what's going on, man? Thanks for popping in. That's Lord Crackhead right there. He's awesome. Love your channel, everybody. Everybody, future viewers, go subscribe to his channel. Probably before my channel, you'll be more happy. And I care about my viewers. Go subscribe to his channel before my channel.
You'll do yourself a favor. Just listen.
Yeah, do that.
Any advice that Peter has, this is it.
That's I have good advice from time to time. We're doing another one, and you know what? He popped in the last one for like good 5 minutes, dude, and I give him kudos for that because I think that was the stream. Hold up, there's a bug on my neck. So, yeah, that was the stream that my daughters were in control of the computer and everything. I might let him do that again someday. Until then,
once they clean the room.
Yeah, once they clean their room, I'll let them have control. Dude, I'm trying to hit this. Okay, there we go. Back to the regular. Anyways, thanks for popping in, Lord Crackhead, for another shit show barbecue stream. Texas barbecue, where I put the camera on me instead of, the meat that I'm flipping. Oh, shit. Hold on. No, this is gold. I've got to flip the camera for this. I'm sorry I put the camera on me for even a second. Look at that. Dark as night. You know what? It might have been a better idea to put the chicken on last and just let it slow cook. Because there's no way the middle is done.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I literally just put the chicken on myself, and now I'm second guessing that because of the way you burnt yours to a crisp.
Nah, it's just the outside. Like I said, I'm going to stand by my guns here. The outside is fine. It can be completely black, and the inside will be good. I'm going to stick with that. This is how to do it, folks. Holy shit, look at that guy. This guy right here. Whoo! He's getting it. He's getting it bad. The fire's just like punishing him because he's the little guy.
Grant says hi to Lord Crackhead.
Hey,
Lord Crackhead said the world needs more Texas barbecue, and he says it's looking good.
Nice, I love it. No, that's good, dude. Lord Crackhead's like Lord Crackhead's like the king of like Comicsgate. I would say underground, but he's not. He's not underground. Like the majority of Comicsgate watches his show, despite him not being like like the Ethan Van Sciver or whatever. Like actually, his show's really entertaining. He does a great job with his channel, and frequently I like tune into him more. Sorry if I don't comment a whole lot on your show. A lot of times I'm drawing or I'm working on something. Whoa! God damn it! There goes another one. Oh shit! Twice. That's rough. Let's just rub off some of that.
Oh. All right, hold on.
Don't worry about it, folks. Don't worry. It was deliberate. It was deliberate.
That's deliberate right there. That's some deliberate Texas barbecue right there. I like
totally.
how, particularly, I like how you have the garbage chutes on the side in case a piece goes bad. You're like, nope, and it can go right off the side.
No, hold on. You say that, but I already lost the first one. Like I put it in the mix, and now I have no idea which one it is.
In Texas, you got to own it, and you got to give them the reason why you did that on purpose.
Well, the thing is, Paul, that when you barbecue and you're doing something like mesquite smoked charcoal briquettes, you want it to have that charcoal, the mesquite's flavor. So by allowing the meat into the coals themselves, you actually allow more flavor into the meat, and it's more efficient that way. That's what I've learned. And the children don't complain. They just don't eat it. And then we come over here to the whiskey and drink some whiskey.
I like how he does that first person so that you can enjoy it with him.
Oh, yes. Slimy. Oh, the slimes. Oh, what is that? Is that a bug?
That's a bug.
Fuck it.
Welcome to Texas. You haven't had a good shot of good whiskey. Is that Highland Park?
Yes, the best. Highland Park. I'm going to get this guy out of there. Sorry, buddy. That's my whiskey, not yours.
Lord Crackhead says, just a dude. I appreciate the kind words, man. And he also says, cheers.
Cheers, brother. This is amazing barbecue stream going on over here.
Grant says that's just protein. Extra protein.
It's a protein day, as you can tell.
You got to back it with a shiner.
You gotta slam it. Yeah, gotta slam your bugs with the shiner. To be honest, I have no idea what. No, this isn't done. Look at that. I can tell just by this little piece right here. It's not done yet. Not until it's black. Until it's black as night.
It has to be blackened on the outside and completely bloody and kind of still cold on the inside. That's how you do some real
like a steak. Like a steak.
Yeah. Still kicking a little bit, like.
Yeah. Holy dude. Okay, I saw somebody doing what was it? It was beef. I think it was beef steaks, and it was like super fresh beef steaks, right? But they were these super huge steaks, and this person put them on the fire, but put a bunch of salt on them, and they were twitching. It was like disturbing and delicious looking at the same time. Yeah. Like I was hungry, and like on a murderous kind of, you know what I mean? Like, you know that feeling you get when you just want to murder something?
I'm getting it right now just listening to it.
Yeah, it was like the muscles were twitching, you know, the blood was pouring out of the steaks, and they're on the grill. Oh, so good, dude. I was like, that person's from Texas. I love it.
Hey, Lord Crackhead says a bug here and there is part of the barbecue experience. Yeah, it is.
Of course, just like charcoal when you drop it into the pit. Just like when you drop it and you get all that ash. It's mesquite ash and it's like a seasoning.
In a bottle to sprinkle on his barbecue.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's delicious. Everybody should do it. You know, my wife and kids hate it. They hate it, but it's an acquired taste. It's something I've been doing since I was a kid. You know, you drop a piece into the fire, into the pit, and you can marinate it all day and night, and you're not going to get that texture and carbon. I mean, smoky flavor like you're going to get by dropping it into the coals. It's a staple. You know what I mean? It's just a thing you got to do. And if you're not doing that, you're just not doing it right. Wild Game has a triple strong arm emoji. What's going on, Wild Game?
That's my buddy.
Cheers, Lord Crackhead. I love the cross-stream chat. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect to see... Like, Grant, I'm in Grant. I'm, like, always I'm always in y'all's chat,
Grant is
so
epitomal.
well, it makes sense. You know, Grant, like I'm always in there harassing y'all, and every time y'all let me into y'all's streams, I destroy it with comic book talk, right? So it makes sense that he would be here in my stream chatting. But to see, like, you know, everybody else popping in, that is really cool, and I love it. And I love Lord Kraken showing up. He's a cool guy. It's very generous showing up into my shit show barbecue stream.
FYI, we're gonna make that the title of Peter's streams here, the shit show barbecue stream.
Shit show. Where's the thumbnail?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it right now. I promise.
Hold on. Okay, do I gotta keep switching these the camera around?
You just got to do it.
Wild Game Pursuit. So it says cheers, basically. The clap and cheers. Yes, that's what it is all about. Do I need to have the camera on me? I don't know. What do y'all think?
Switch it back and forth. I mean, don't do it for long. You don't want to scare anybody off. Hey, what's up, Nick? Nicholas Pouliot.
Nick? Who?
Hey, talking
Nick
about
who?
food, yeah. Nicholas Pouliot. So this gentleman is in the outdoors crew with us. He does TikTok where he does a bunch of cooking and stuff like that. Dude is awesome. Known him for like 5 years. He's OG with the
Hey! Hell yeah, man. Right here. Cheers. We're going to get it. You know what? We're not talking enough about comic books. We are on my stream, right? We're on my channel. We got to talk about comic books.
Your channel, buddy.
Well, we can talk about barbecue.
When we take over his channel with the outdoors and fishing and stuff like that, it sucks.
That's
He's
fine.
got such an attitude about it.
I'm going to take over your channel with comic book stuff.
Yeah.
It's my secret agenda. But I believe, and I've been saying this for years, that when it comes to the outdoors crowd and the comic book crowd, it's the same. It's the same crowd. The difference is like one talks about comic, like especially now, like comic books are getting to a point where they're just like, if you look at mainstream comics, they're just like, oh man, what the hell's going on here? Well, us over at Comicsgate feel the same way. We're like, what the hell's going on with comic books? And it's the same.
There's a reason why, and this is actually like this is a viable like.
It's important. It's important because we all grew up reading the X-Men, Spider-Man, and all that stuff, and nowadays they're not like they're gay. They're turning them gay. They're turning trans. There's like all these agendas going on within the comic book industry, and it's kind of like I would personally not really have a problem with it if they didn't take mainstream characters and do this to our beloved characters. Like, come up with new characters, come up with new stories. If they're so important to you, why don't you put the advertising and the development into new characters? That's the problem. They don't care. They're just doing it for points, for a point system. And it's a damn shame because the problem, Superman, for example, is the epitome. He's the ultimate superhero. I just showed my daughters Superman 1, the movie. And of course, they sigh and they're like, oh, I don't want to watch a boring Superman movie. I'm like, that's because you haven't watched it.
You don't understand.
Yeah, that's the epitome of superhero. It's the best, in my opinion, it's the best comic book superhero movie ever made because Superman 1, Superman 2 is pretty good. But Superman 1 is literally the epitome. It's the whole selfless, and even to the point where this guy is literally a god amongst humans, and he hides himself.
I love Christopher Reeves. I have a deeply rooted love for Christopher Reeves, but I don't understand how that holds up to the first Batman movie.
Okay, hold on now. I can explain it. Adam West, because it's gimmicky. Adam West is silly. The thing about Superman was that he was the ultimate good. There was he's so good that even as a god amongst humans, he carries himself, in his nonchalant Clark Kent persona as this, bowling idiot kind of a character. It's beautiful because it's the opposite of what he is. But he doesn't want the glory and he doesn't want all that. He wants to do the right thing, and you can't if you're like a superstar, the problem with the modern comic books is that they're all superstar. Iron Man and even Batman, the modern Batmans and stuff.
Oh, hold on a second. I don't mean to interrupt, but I got a question for you on this. So, and Nick, I'm going to get back to you in just a second. Grant says you need to come to Metropolis for the Superman celebration in June. That's the name of the town you live in, right? It's Metropolis? I always kind of thought that.
No way.
It's kind of like, I think that's actually like the town that he lives in.
I thought Metropolis, the Metropolis was supposed to be like a fictitious town. Is there really a Metropolis? I don't know, all the counties and towns in the U.S. Is that a real town? It's got to be a real town.
I count Grant as one of my very closest friends, and I have to say this so I don't sound like a complete absolute dud loser. I'm so bad with names. Grant came down, he did some fishing with us, and I screwed up his son's name in the video. I'm really bad with names. That extends to town names as well. He says he does live in Metropolis, in Southern Illinois. I knew it was Illinois.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Nicholas Pouliot says you just gave him an idea for a Marvel comic, all trans. Peter, I'll let you run with that.
Okay, you just got to watch normal Marvel comics to get to that. I mean, they just did oh my God! It's not just Marvel; it's DC, dude. Yeah, just look at any. Basically any character you've ever loved and grew up with has now been converted into something that's like some weird amalgamation of current politics / whatever it is your franchise was. X-Men. Now there was a catch to this, but the X-Men just did a whole series where all the X-Men are black, and it's not that it's the X-Men being black is the problem. It was actually like as far as I understand it, I haven't read the whole thing yet, but as far as I understand it, was like a memory, or a dream or something, right? From Bishop. Bishop was doing training, I guess, for the X-Men. I don't remember. But the problem is, it's not the comic book and this and that. It's the fact that they made the cover very obvious. Like Wolverine was black, Cyclops was black, Professor X was black, and without any other indignation that it was Bishop's dream or this is just why is that like the factor of importance? If he's training mutants to fight some war, what does the skin color have to do with anything? That's actually probably like the smallest example of all of this. Like this whole ideology in comic books it's actually, I think, more prevalent, more obvious in DC Comics when you've got the new Robin's gay. I think we talked about that.
Anything they can do.
Yeah, well, I showed you that Robin comic where Robin is like gay Robin, and that's fine. But gay Robin is very incompetent. He's solving Scooby-Doo mysteries at this point. When he's supposed to be Robin, he's got the backing of Batman's technology. Why is he solving Scooby-Doo mysteries at the boat docks that he lives at? Why is he living at a boat dock, by the way? And the artwork is
also just had, this is it's so hard to not sound racist and everything else with this whole conversation, but the deal is with Robin, with that, it's a perfect example. It's because of this whole live stream that Peter did last time we were talking about with this, and he showed us everything that had to do with the new comic book series they're doing with them. It's if you're going to make a character, if you're going to race swap them, if you're going to change their sexuality or something, okay, that doesn't mean do the whole cast just to placate somebody, But also, it's they didn't do him any justice. The artwork is very poor.
Yeah.
This is just recapping the conversation. The artwork is very poor. The storyline is very poor. It's just they shoehorned the whole thing in there just to do it.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. They're doing all this and all these comic books just to get their points in there, and that's where the problem is. And a lot of people are going to want to call comics gay, a bunch of racist bigots, whatever. And it's because we're why don't you just give us good stories? You know what I mean? Why are you taking all these primary characters and turning them into something else rather than coming up with a new version, a new character, a new something. Put the effort into that. That would show, if you're really into diversity in comics, that would really prove that you care about the diversity in comics.
Hey, real quick here. Okay, so Grant says up in Illinois, he's in Metropolis, they have a 16-foot statue of Superman. He says that there is also a museum with more Superman memorabilia than you can imagine, and a comic shop a few doors down from that. Also, Lord Crackhead says, when DC is having beloved characters like Superman getting raped in jail comics, there's a problem. Kids don't want to read that.
That's a problem too. Yes, that's a good point. They just did a comic.
The Joker one, it falls right in line with that as well.
Okay, so the Joker one is a little. It falls in line, but it's a little different. They just made the Joker pregnant. They made the Joker pregnant in an issue of the comic book. It is an offshoot, and I guess the Superman one is too. So it is along the same lines. I don't think the Joker being pregnant. No, I think it's ridiculous. I think everything is appalling about it, and the fact that he had a shit baby. He basically shit out a baby, and it's like a mud baby, and it turned into the Joker. It's like a big, oh my god, what the hell is going on over there? Kind of a story. But I'll say this as far as the Joker goes. 20 years ago, that would have been hilarious. If they did that 20 years ago, I'd have been 100% on board.
Can you imagine what's that guy's name who played the first Joker?
Well, the thing is, nowadays, we clearly know. 20 years ago, that would have been a really controversial, epic story that didn't really piss anyone off. It's just oh my god, did you see what they just did? That's hilarious. But because of all of the bullshit that they're spewing nowadays in the comic books, it's just another notch in the belt of what the fuck is going on over there? And it's just disgusting. Honestly, after reading, I read the headlines and I read the whole synopsis of the story, and it's not the whole story, but it is a major part of the Joker timeline. And I was just I think we talked about it a little bit in the last stream. It was the idea of the Joker getting punished for all his all of his injustices or whatever. The idea of a series where the Joker is not laughing anymore is a cool idea. And even throwing something as crazy as he gets pregnant with his own baby and then has to shit out his own baby is bizarre, but kind of funny, right? But that's not for kids. It's not for kids. Batman's supposed to be for kids. If it was some kind of, I guess if it was some kind of exclusive content, like Marvel for a minute had their mature audiences only, stuff. I guess I don't really think it's good that they have it, but ultimately it wouldn't have been that big of a deal 20 years ago. But now with everything else that's going on, they just did an issue of was it Poison Ivy or was it Harley Quinn, where they had this orgy between her and a bunch of Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and somebody else.
Hold on, we don't need to knock everything that they do.
Well, another one is an X-Men. There's a character called Boom Boom. It's this girl. And I guess her powers are an amalgamation of Jubilee meets what's the one that played with light? The light, she turns sound into light. Dazzler. There's a character called Boom Boom, and in this comic, she makes Boom Boom with her boobies, and that's cool. I'm down for that. Except somebody's
sitting there going yeah. We need some new IPs. We need some new characters that we're going to inject into the universe. Maybe we can put them into some movies to help save our franchise. And they're like, boom, boom. And somebody executive in a tie is sitting there going I'm listening.
Yeah, well, whoever did that panel where they're projecting their superpower out of their boobies with the words boom, boom overlaid on their boobies. I'm kudos to that person. That's perfect. However, the conversation that followed had to do with teasing the villain into doing some kind of they were basically like teasing the villain as being some sort of perv, right? And like he did like pervy shit, and then they were like ridiculing him, right? The heroes were ridiculing the villain, something along those lines. I didn't read the damn thing, but they're like calling him perv, and he's like, no, I'm not.
The character's superpower is literally thirst trap.
Yes.
Like, is there layer TikTok?
Well, you know what the problem is? That would have been great 15, 20 years ago. Like, oh my God, every nerd in the world would have like creamed their pants for that. But when you got all this like ideology thrown into the mix, you know that it's just part of the agenda and the trend, and it's another reason not to read that garbage. It's another reason to join Comicsgate and to be like, hey, I want to read some. I want to read what's going on with Gem Shock. I want to read what's going on with Cyberfrog. It's another reason to join the team, which is cool. So I don't mind when they do that shit. It's just like, honestly, I checked out on Marvel and DC back in the early 2000s, man. I was a kid when Marvel made a cartoon. I was a kid that was all into it. But then they, within like 10 years, the artwork went from Jim Lee, Adam Kubert, to, I don't know who is the guy that started doing the Age of Apocalypse stuff. It's not, in retrospect, it's really not that bad. But growing up, I was not a fan of that artwork. And I kind of started losing it, even though Age of Apocalypse is apparently a pretty good story. And I've read most of it. But I'm still just kind of like, oh, I feel like I was gypped. Like I came in at the very end. Age of Apocalypse is literally the end of the X-Men that I grew up knowing. Like I grew up. It's fine. Do what you want with the X-Men. I came in late, I guess, even though the promotion was spot on for my audience. But whatever. You're gonna like kill the franchise right after I got into it. More kudos to you, I guess. But the shit they replaced it with was just not my cup of tea, man. Not after I was sold on what I was, being handed. And I had to go back, look at all the old stuff. And now I'm just looking at all the old stuff like, damn, dude, like, why isn't it this good? Like the Weapon X saga from Barry Windsor Smith. How come they're not putting out anything that freaking awesome? No, they're trying to retcon it with new shit. They're trying to take Wolverine. They were going to make him gay in an alternate universe. Like, let's just take everything that you love and just tweak it and ruin it somehow. Even the mainstream Wolverine storyline started tweaking the concept of Wolverine when they started saying all his memories were false memories. And that all happened after they just conned a bunch of kids in the 90s to be all about X-Men. With the cartoon and the comics and everything, with Jim Lee comics, they almost instantly started changing the direction that X-Men was going. Which is why I jumped on Spider-Man shortly after. Actually, I might have been Spider-Man before I was X-Men. It's all around the same time, but I was Batman, then X-Men, then Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man got all weird. And then Batman got weird. It was all around the same time. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to read Spawn and the Max. I'm going to read like these pseudo-indie comics, even though they're Image. And they had established themselves as almost a mainstream company at the time. Now I'm just like, dude, give me what was going on in the 50s and 60s. Give me some Bernie Wrights and give me some, more Barry Windsor Smith. He had a lot of shit going on with the X-Men that was really good. God, dude, there's like a lot of artists out there. I started reading the Inkle or the Inkal or the Inkle or whatever. And apparently that comic book, the Inkle was interesting. It's very good. There's like 4 books plus a bunch of spin-offs. where they it was like the Fifth Element. We all love the Fifth Element. Well, apparently, it was enough of a ripoff for the people who created the Inkle to sue the people who made the movie The Fifth Element. I haven't seen it per se. I'm still reading the first book, so I haven't seen it yet. I've seen elements that are similar, but I'm not seeing a lawsuit, you know, which might be the reason why they lost the lawsuit. All right, real quick update on the barbecue stream. I'm doing some pork chops now, some very thin pork chops, and I'm gonna do some what's it called? What do you call that? It's the stuff that chicken fried steak's made out of. Skirt steak. Throwing some skirt steak on there. Anyway, so I was reading the Inkle, and I was like, this is actually a weird and kind of cool comic because it's so weird. It's like a weird... I don't know, how it's going to turn out in the end. But I got to say, I'm reading the first book, and I can't wait to get to the fourth book because the artwork, compared to the first book, the artwork in the fourth book is really good. Like, it's really cool artwork, and I can't wait to get there. So I'm going to read the whole thing all the way through. Whatever's in there, I don't care. That artwork looks so good. And I know we've lost all our outdoors crew. But what y'all need to understand is that comics and outdoors is the same group of people. Like, we we all believe in the same morals and values. And what did you all read growing up outdoors? Like, you came home and you read your comic books. You got your basketball cards and, you know, baseball cards. We're all the same group of people. And that's why these two communities, they need to merge. It's my opinion. These communities need to merge.
And that's why we're barbecuing together.
And that's what we're doing. Texas barbecue.
Breaking bread. Cooking. That's where everything is combined.
All right, here we go. I see Grant say big 16-foot statue, and then he says there's a museum with more Superman memorabilia than you can imagine. We read that. Then we got Lord Crackhead. When DC is having beloved characters like Superman get raped in jail, yeah, we talked about that, which they did. It was a spinoff of a comic book that was from the 50s or 60s. Well, maybe later, I don't know exactly when they did a comic book where Superman was thrown in some sort of prison, and then they never talked about after that. They just did the story, and then they recently did a story where they were like, oh, by the way, remember that comic book where he was in prison in like Russian jail or some stupid? This is what happened to him in that Russian jail, and they ass raped him. They ass raped Superman. It's bullshit. They took like old school lore and then they modernized it with ass rape.
Yeah, I would say that if I was to ever go to jail, and something like that was to I don't know, I'm not going to say like happen or anything like that. That's like some touchy stuff. However, I will say that Superman hypothetically should be one of those characters that I should be looking up to, is the great, upstanding person that I would want to be regardless of anything or whatever. And
that's what Superman's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the guy that we're supposed to all look up to Superman. Like, he's the one that we're all supposed to be emulating. I mean,
that's one of my issues with Superman, is that he's the penultimate perfect character, which makes for a lack of drama. They had to dramatize him recently, and that's what makes him interesting again. Because all these other characters had so much drama to there. Hey, real quick, Grant says, I still have his comics from the 90s. You need to talk to him about that.
Dude, Grant, yeah, those are good comics, man. Like, the 90s had lots of really badass comics. I mean, depending on the ones that you had. I mean, it's probably the same thing. Like, almost everybody that grew up in the 90s or, had comics.
Got the Superman Dies episode, the comic.
I don't have that one, but that one is actually a really good example of, what was fucking wrong with the comics at the time? Because they were jumping on tropes. Like nowadays, the trope is let's turn them gay, let's turn them lesbian, let's do some modern propaganda or whatever. Back in the day, to sell comics, they were like, oh, we have this huge audience that wants the collector's aspect of a comic book. So let's kill every major character. Started Superman was one. They broke Batman's back, and then they just went through the list. Let's kill everybody, and then those comics are going to be like these collectors. What's that?
How many Robins have they had? And hold on real quick. Grant says mainly Superman still has the black bag unopened on that comic book. I did basketball cards. So I'm a collector. I have like a big. I got all the respect in the world for that as a collector from the '90s.
I've got all my Marvel Masterpiece cards and all that shit. You know, I might be able to get a couple $100. I'm not like if I were to actually like go through and get everything particularly priced. There's going to be a few that's worth the entirety of the entire collection, right? And the rest are going to be worthless. I've got a couple of hologram cards. They're actually kind of hard to find. But ultimately, what I would end up doing is, and actually, I might do this on a live stream, but eventually, I kind of want to get rid of all that junk. And so what I'm thinking is like, okay, you want this issue of Wolverine that I have that's maybe, or X Factor, that's not the easiest one to get. I don't have like pristine mint condition issues, but if I was going to get rid of it, I'd probably get rid of it along with like 10 issues, you know, that coincide with it, and then give a decent deal off the whole lot. You know what I mean? Like I don't have graded comics or anything, but if I was going to get rid of a comic, I'd probably go lower than the established value for that one comic, but charge more because I'm giving you 10 other comics that are adjacent to that comic. You know what I mean? Just because I have got a lot of comics that after I discovered that website, I've kind of just done collecting comics other than like Comicsgate comics. I've got every single Wolverine on my computer now. I don't really need the collection. Now there's a few I don't really want to get rid of, like the Weapon X series, but I'd probably get rid of those. Like I don't really care that much. I'm not like trying to collect to I just like comics, right? Like I don't really care about selling them for some exorbitant amount, some value. I just love getting a comic book, you know what I mean? I could pay $3 for a comic book and be so excited for that comic and then just sell it for $1 and just be happy, you know, that I had fun with that comic book.
And Grant says me, all of his stuff is in boxes in the garage. He's got nothing graded.
Yeah, if it's graded, only get it graded if you think you're going to have a high grade or you got a signature or something. Don't get it graded if it's just some rando, unless it's maybe an old school comic book like from the Golden Age. There's really no point in getting it graded unless it's like really good condition. Like a basketball card. If you had a basketball card, what would you say is a really expensive basketball card?
Dude, they're so weird. It's always like the basketball card, like, so I did 90s. It's early, like a Shaquille O'Neal rookie. It's the David Robinson rookie or something like that. And it maybe like a rookie who did like really amazing that you didn't expect him to do really amazing. Yeah, okay. Grant says he has like 20 Shaq rookie cards. So yeah, exactly right. I have a bunch of Shaq rookie cards, but the ones that are worth the most are the ones that had like some kind of misprint on like the card number or something. Yeah,
like Pokemon cards that were printed backwards are the ones that are worth like the millions. Which Pokemon was after my time.
I had the Upper Deck, not the 1992 Upper Deck Shaq rookie card. And then I had the mail-in thing on the Shaq rookie, and I mailed in to get the whole set of rookie cards. And I have the, and they mail you back the redemption card that you send in for that, but it's stamped. So I think like the actual card unstamped is worth more than the Shaq rookie that you get. And the one that gets mailed off or something, there's like one A and one B. They're the same card, but it's got an A or a B on the card number. And one of them is worth like so much more than the other.
Now, wait a minute. You said you had to mail off to get some stamp or whatever. And that the stamp you got was like the stamp itself. I don't know what you're talking about, but like it seems like if you have to mail off or something, the stamp to mail it off might be worth more than the card itself.
No, because like they didn't have many of the. So what would happen is you had a card, and Grant says Shaq was his favorite to buy. So Shaquille O'Neal, like I'm a huge David Robinson fan, but Shaquille O'Neal like single-handedly got me into basketball.
Yeah,
I pulled a Shaquille O'Neal card out of a McDonald's.
Charles Barkley.
Burger
when I was growing up, it was Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, David Robinson, but Dennis Rodman I think was more on my radar than David Robinson, even though David Robinson was a better player.
With the mailing card thing, though, it was like you had like a 1 in whatever chance to get the card that you used to mail in. And when you mail it in, they mail you an entire set of the rookie cards. And that was Shaquille O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning, Robert Horry, it was like 20 cards. They sent you everybody's rookie cards. So, and then when they sent that to you, they sent you the one card that you had mailed into them, but they took a hole punch and punched a hole in it. So everybody
that might be worth money.
Everybody who got that card mailed it in and got the hole punched. So they like everybody who has that card has it with a hole punch. Nobody got the card and didn't mail it in. You know what I mean? So having the card without the hole punch is like it has value to it. Yeah, so you want to talk about basketball cards? I've got the David Robinson rookie, but he got drafted by the Spurs #1 after a pitiful year, and he actually stayed in the Navy for a year because he had a contractual, he had an obligation to stay in the Navy, so he didn't actually play for a full year after they drafted him. His rookie card is just a picture of him in a suit holding up his thing. He didn't play for like a while after that, so like it's kind of like the Michael Jordan rookie where his rookie card isn't actually his rookie. Like it's not a picture of his rookie card. Or whatever. I don't know. They hold it like in a different kind of regard or whatever. I don't remember. That was 40 years ago now. 30 years ago. Long time. It looks like we lost Peter. So, in traditional fashion, we had to take a toast to the host that would always back now. So never mind.
Oh my God. Sorry about that. Internet troubles. Why is the audio, all the music? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Let's see. Here, I'll get you some different music.
No, it's just the music is like louder. The music was just louder in my ears for some reason when I came back.
I still got on the same volume. I should lower the volume for these because they always have it kind of loud. Yeah, he had to be, probably. I doubt it because he probably would have just done that on camera.
No, I'd have done that on camera.
How's yours looking? Are you still cooking?
We got yeah, but I'm just about done with the what do we got here? Let me pull it up. All right. Dude, that's a lot brighter than in real life. I can actually see that better on my camera than I can. This is all the pork, the skirt steak and everything. Let's see here. It's all done. That's all done.
Yeah, yours does look bright. Like that fire looks really hot. Mine's all like, shoot, I'm cooking at like 275, 300 right now.
Well, like, yeah, that's weird. Like, it's bright. I can barely even see what's on my grill right now, but in my camera, I can actually see what's going on over here. That's weird.
Grant says it looks good. Bust out mine.
I think everything that I have is done. If I leave it on, no, it's done. It's done. No point in leaving that on.
Mine's almost there. I want to make sure it's cooked all the way through. The last thing, I have never given my family food poisoning, never. And I cook all of our meals. We go out to eat probably 5 times a year. And I kind of want to hold it. We need iguana on there. Yeah, I got to try. I'm waiting on Florida to do iguana.
Do you know which one of these was dropped in the pit? No, because they're all equally black. That is crazy that it's like it's just coals, but the camera really does lighten it up.
That's a good camera. Mine's not doing that, is it?
I don't know. Try bringing it closer to the pit.
I did a second ago. It doesn't look that bright. Grant, I got iguana on the. So I like reptiles. That's like a whole like thing with me. I like reptiles and amphibians and stuff like that. Frogs are my spirit animal. I love iguanas. That having been said, like the whole invasive thing in Florida, I feel comfortable eating one in Florida. I'm not going to eat one in Mexico, just because they're like pets down there. But I will end up eating an iguana.
Man, I kind of want to try iguana. Like, I know we've had lots of iguanas as pets and everything, but it does seem like they're very meaty. You know what I mean? Like, if you get a good old iguana, that's pretty meaty.
I bet they're stringy. But we'll see. I'm saving it. I'm hoping that my first experience with iguana is with Darcy. We'll see what happens. But I imagine
they're similar to like cat, and cat's delicious. I've never tried cat, by the way. I'm just joking.
I bet
dog, on the other hand.
If it's anything like our cats, they're fatty and lazy, and
you gotta get a good South Texan cat, you know, that's been fed, and you gotta get them right off the chopping block. Like you go to what you do is you go to the Animal Control Center. You find the fattest cat they have. Because if you get a cat that's just like right off the streets, no. They've got to be fed for a minute. You know what I mean? You got to go to the animal control, let them feed them for a minute.
I like this in absolute pro fashion, because Grant is the single best hunter that I know. He says he heard bobcat was good. I've heard that too. I'm kind of curious.
Oh yeah, bobcat. We got a lot of those, especially down there. Like, I don't know about it up here, but Waco, like, we got raccoons. Here, yeah. Maybe do a raccoon barbecue stream. You think raccoon tastes good?
I would suggest checking out a brother of ours, an individual who's good at that kind of stuff, Mark J. Larson. He is the pro when it comes to that sort of thing, I think. I would refer to him or
Is raccoon, is it like illegal?
What do you mean you can't kill them in Illinois? Wait, bobcats or raccoons? Grant says he can't kill them in Illinois. It's a metropolis rule.
Well, it's probably
NBA.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll ask NBA about that. I'm curious. Bobcats. He says he can't eat bobcats in Illinois.
Well, bobcats are up there with raccoons up here, so I'm imagining whatever bobcats fall in, it's going to be the same with raccoons.
Nah,
you never hear of anybody eating raccoons up here.
You don't, but like you said, NBA eats them. Raccoon are killable. Yeah, you can do it, raccoon. You got to try it. One of them babies, get the young ones. I bet they're juicy.
Yeah, well, I got all kinds of raccoons up here. I know. I got to take the meat inside and I got to do the call.
Oh,
You
I'm
know,
right
when the
behind
meat's
you.
ready,
That makes
you
me
got to
wonder
do
if
the
mine's
call
ready.
when the meat's ready. Hold on, you were. I don't know if this is for everybody, but you were digitizing for a second there for me.
Just now?
Yeah.
You're beating me. I don't think my food is ready yet. I'm letting mine cook a little longer. I hope I don't overdo it, but my temperature's
All right.
kind of low too.
All right, hold on.
I know one of them is
That's how
playing
I
with
let everybody
Savannah right
know.
now. Hazel, I believe, is playing
Oh.
Minecraft with Daddy.
Hey, meat's ready. Meat's ready.
Meat is ready.
Now I'm getting responses. I heard you the first time when you went caca.
We know what that means, Dad.
Hold on, Amber's on TikTok. Look at this. This is so adorable.
Oh. Hey, Amber. Chicken talk. You won't stop. I don't even know what song that is, but I'm quoting a song on that.
She just called me evil. TikTok. If like one in the chat, if TikTok's better than, YouTube's better than TikTok. We just did a competing stream. Amber's on a stream on TikTok.
And how do we judge that? Watch time reviews. Oh.
No, we're gonna beat her. She's probably only got 20, maybe 100 people watching her right now. And I'm gonna pour another glass of Highland Park.
A little drizzle out to the raccoons that are about to get eaten next time we get a chance.
No ice, no slime. Oh, damn, that's a lot. No ice, no slime this time.
Oh, hey, you got to drop a link to Amber's TikTok now.
Oh, what's your TikTok?
I'm not telling anybody. Hazel, shut up.
What is it, Hazel? Hazel. What is it? Something siren. Hey, Cassidy.
I vowed to never tell. I'm sworn to see this.
All right, well, I guess we're not going to get that one. Her TikTok is siren something or other 1900, and she's got a TikTok on there. Redhead siren something or other. That's all you need to know.
We'll get it. We'll get it out there for everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you followers, but she doesn't want my followers. I don't even have any followers. I
question your followers, Peter.
Well, I got Grant. Grant's badass. He's here the whole time, man.
And Lord Crackhead, that name says itself.
Well, Crackhead's here. He's yes, he shows up. I think he's shown up for every single stream.
In the last 36 hours, every single stream, everybody did.
Yeah. There you go. Right there. Siren something or other on TikTok.
Is she live right now?
She was a minute ago. Are you live right now? Away from camera?
Was talking.
No, she's still alive. She's still alive right now. AFK. Let's go. Let's go jump in on her stream. Yeah, in front of the camera. We got to get in front of that camera. Here we go. Hey, everybody. What are you doing? I'm trying to...
Drop your link, Peter. Drop your link.
Oh.
I've never seen a stream takeover quite like this before.
Yeah. You ever seen those stream takeovers? Where like, hey, I'm Dark Lord, whatever, and I take over your stream. That's me right now. But that looks like school stuff.
I've never seen a takeover where it's like the husband actually like jumps in front of the wife's computer when she's not looking and types in the link to your stream as a raid.
She's got such a lame setup anyway. Look at that. A corner in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, mine's much
way
better. I'm at
better.
the dining room table.
Love you.
Amber! You got to tell her thank you for the thumbnail. She's the one that provided the photo of us.
She's acting upset, but I don't know if she's really upset. I think she might be kind of upset.
We'll find out.
Either from trying to like take over her stream, or she's upset that I don't know. I showed her a bedroom.
I will admit, okay, so I'll be totally honest. I'm like sitting here switching out meat. I'll be totally honest. I particularly positioned the camera so that nobody would see the stuff in the background that I need to clean up. That I got just sitting around here.
I think that's what it was. I think it was something along those lines. Our room's not that bad. Like, our room's really like, I don't know. It's like I guess it's a personal space thing. I don't understand personal space issues.
Peter,
you know what I mean?
You have to respect those boundaries. That space is for her.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And her TikTok followers, and that's it. Nobody else.
Yeah. It's for me, it's for her and her 1,000 TikTok subscribers. I don't understand those boundaries. And I just need to learn. Hey, all right, I got a question for you.
All right, what you
Back here behind me. If you look, hold on, let me get a good. Where the? God damn it!
Are you in the studio?
Back behind. Yeah, I'm in the studio. Behind me here, and I'm just gonna unplug the charger to show you. I've got.
And then it died.
Camera switch right here. Okay, here we go. Right here. I've got Fortress of Rock right here on display. Yeah. I was talking about it on a Hyperwizard stream earlier. He did a lot of like indie comics and stuff too around 2008. This is around the time this was done. I think. What do we do ours like? It's before we got married. It was like 2005, 2006, I think.
Yeah.
When we did
so
these.
I came back. The backstory on this. So I was in Austin. I moved back down to Corpus Christi in 2006, like the end of 2006, I think. It was like January 2007 or something like that. And then I left House of Rock in 2011. So it would have been in that time frame. And this comic book is a comic book that Peter did about everything that was happening, like kind of like a really. It was based at like this place that I worked at. But in like an apocalypse, like if the apocalypse was now, kind of thing. I guess. So yeah,
it was about a bar. We spent a lot of time at this bar, House of Rock. Came up with a comic book called Fortress of Rock, and it was basically let's turn everybody that goes to the bar, that works at the bar, everybody has anything to do with the bar. Let's turn them into barbarians, and let's make a comic book about it. And it was really cool. It was very successful because everybody that was at the bar who we were selling to wanted to see themselves as comic book character. This is really like kind of a successful thing, as far as indie comics goes. I was just talking about it, and I'm debating on the idea of rehashing this comic now because it'll be to a broader audience. I can't do the local. There's a lot of local lore in the comic, a lot of little jokes that are only people from the area would have gotten, at the time, because I don't even think half the jokes that I made, I don't even think those places exist anymore. Like, so I'm thinking about like redoing the comic book.
Dude, Hazel is so creepy in the background there. Just by the way.
Yeah, you're very creepy.
I didn't even see she was there until she was just like all of a sudden there, and it was very creepy looking. Love you, Hazel. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Hazel. You're very creepy. She's like, yes, that's exactly what I was going for.
I like that Anchor shirt, by the way.
Yeah, I like your shirt. Is that an Alta Vista shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a shirt like that somewhere.
It's got the anchor on it. That's what I care about.
Yeah, that was like a shirt from from her school.
We'll get it. She's hiding.
I couldn't. I was okay when she first signed up for TikTok. I couldn't find her TikTok. Like, she had to send me the link. When I found it, she was still trying to get like the subscriber count and all that shit. So a lot of the stuff TikTok does is they have these like what do you call it? These like little battles where you're like, oh, my subscribers versus yours.
Dude,
but the problem
right there. That's true.
So she was like doing these live streams where once she got enough people to do a live stream, she was doing these live streams against other people who doing live streams where they would like battle their subscriber count or their watchers or some shit. And it got really awkward because she's, you know, just sitting there watching all the likes on hers versus the likes on the other person's. And it was just like, why am I watching this? Like, I'm here hitting the like button a whole bunch so that she gets more likes, even though apparently one time is all you need. Once enough. And it was just like, I don't understand what this is all about. Like, this is TikTok. I don't understand what this is. They're not talking to each other. There's no conversation. It's just like, I don't even know if they spoke English. I don't think they speak English. It's just like two people staring at each other while their subscribers would battle it out. I'm like, okay, so this is a TikTok thing. I got really bored with it, and I had to delete TikTok. I was just kind of like, man, I don't know. Maybe I'll start TikTok later, but from what I can tell, there's only one comic skater on TikTok, and it's Michael Bancroft, and he's gotten a lot of hate on his TikTok. That's probably a good thing. Like, we probably need more of that, honestly. What are you doing back there?
Market. Is she digging
I don't know
music?
What she's doing. She can't even hear the music. She's dancing to, like, imaginary music. You see what I mean? She's like doing her. This is what I wake up to every day.
FYI on this, I've got 7 minutes left here.
She wants me to show off this card that I made her for a while back.
We can't see it until she says. We're not able to see it until she says what Amber's TikTok is.
What's Amber's? They can't see it until you say what Mommy's TikTok is.
All I know is that the first part of it is siren.
Siren something. Cards similar to this are available on eBay. Just type in Peter Orchard and you'll find cards like that available.
Yeah, she can't hear it. She looks like she can hear it.
I can't hear it partially.
Oh, you can hear it?
A little bit.
She can kind of hear it. Hold on, here. There you go. You're welcome.
You need to be jamming out to this, Hazel, when you're skateboarding. You need to have this in your head.
You're breathing too hard into the microphone.
Yeah, Grant, we got all kinds of things we can say about the card art thing. Like, that's what Peter does. Like, that's one of the things that he's working on is with his artwork that he's doing. He's been telling me, and I agree with this. He's been telling me that I need to do some like artwork cards, stuff like that for like Patreons and whatnot. I haven't figured out how to implement it yet, but it's a great idea. Like, they're real successful with what they do on that with the Comicsgate people. And it doesn't make you weird like that, but maybe.
It's better than fentanyl. Buy my cards. Give my freaking headphones back. Better than fentanyl, as you can see.
Out, so everybody who was talking, don't say anything now about like he's back.
Yeah. Better. What do we got? Ask her the TikTok card art. I don't remember her TikTok other than it's Siren something. That's the only thing I remember about her stuff. The card art is available on eBay. I'm doing more and more of them all the time. Right now I'm doing a lot of Pokemon stuff, but if anybody wants a custom, sketch art ACEO card, you can hit me up on Twitter at _Peter Orchard. They can find me on Instagram at Peter Orchard Studios. Just send me a message. I'll do a card. I'll probably do it cheaper than what I'm selling them for on eBay, just because it's fun. It's good fun.
And there's some other ones out there, like our, so we got the Outdoors Cruise, since, I'm here and all that fun stuff, but he's done some work for some of these channels that we work with, like We Go Fishing. You can check out the work that he's done by looking at them.
Yeah, I've done some work, some logos and stuff, and not just We Go Fishing.
Well, probably in this, with your design on it.
In this community, yeah, totally. There's a couple of logos that I've designed through Fiverr.com that are oh man, I don't remember the name of that company. That was pretty cool. They did a lot of rebar work.
Speaking of which, I've got a I don't know if I can pull this off. I was going to try to, but if you can beat me to it, I'll pay you for it. I want a sticker. I need a sticker design. And you might be the perfect person to go to for this. So I'm going to throw it at you. Like, I'm going to get it done one way or another because I love this idea. But I want a sticker of me going like, or whatever, and it says, I fished that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can do that. Yeah. And I'm not even going to use the old, Stripes photos that I have of you doing all that.
Tell them the story on. So what happens? I used to be a manager of a C-store. Grant can appreciate this. He's been in a similar background. But so I was a manager for a convenience store chain, and so we had to have like all of our ads. Peter was working at a retail place at the same time, so he also had to do ad mat to put out on all the shelves and everything. So we put out all of our ad mat, and he came in one morning. And he changed out all of the ad mat at the store that I just switched out. And he switched it out with pictures of me going like, I would personally use this product. Like a picture of me going like, and it would say like, I personally use this. And he'd put it by like the tampons.
Yeah, I put little magnets in front of all these items that were like, oh, sorry, we're out of that product right now. And it was like a big picture of you. And I'd fill in all the blanks with like pictures of you going, oh, I'm so sorry, we're out of this product. Or the soda or the tampons, where you're like, I personally can vouch for this product from management Stripes. Yeah, that was good.
I was gonna take a little bag of like baking powder and put it in the bathroom at the place that you worked at. And I was going to have somebody, walk into the bathroom with it. And then I wanted to have a little sign on it that said, like, personal property of Peter Orchard, please return it to me if you find this. And then have them, like, bring it up to you at the counter, like, hey, I found this in the bathroom. Is this
little
yours?
baggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Walgreens would have appreciated it because they probably
I'm
sold.
not throwing out names, but
They sold the product. You're like that's what is that, like a resell? You're reselling their product. Oh man, that's good.
on that
Where
note, Peter,
you at on your meat?
yeah, it's that time, dude. I got to pick it up off the grill, and I got to get it inside. I'm gonna set the table and actually have like a dinner table, like dining thing with everybody. So before we shut this down, do your thing, do your closing statements.
All right. Well, thanks everybody in the future for having watched this, and everybody who's been here today. I love you guys. You're awesome. Thanks, Lord Crackhead, for showing up. Thanks, fucking Grant. You're awesome, dude. For showing up in here in the chat. And keep tuned for the next time. I'm gonna try. I know I say this every time. I'm gonna try and keep doing this more and more, and make it more and more entertaining every time. And so, thanks for checking it out. Hit the like and subscribe. And we'll catch each other next time. Maybe it's barbecue. Maybe we'll talk comic books. Whatever. Put a comment. What do you think we should be talking about? You know what I mean? Hit the like button. Leave a comment.
Grant, appreciate you, man. We'll catch you guys in the next stream.